The moment this man drew his sword, he was able to slice through a tree trunk this thick with just one slow swing, even when facing a terrifying creature that was over a dozen meters long. His blade pierced straight through the monster's skull without slowing down even for a second. What was even more shocking was that these deadly weapons were actually forged by monks who were afraid of taking even a single life. For centuries, these sacred swords had attracted countless warriors searching for them. While crossing a mountain range covered in thick fog, the warriors suddenly saw a massive Buddha statue standing before them. Without realizing it, they tightened their grip on their swords. But their leader immediately warned them not to draw their weapons. Attacking in that place would be the same as seeking their own deaths. When they reached the narrow path, they saw monks sitting in meditation. The leader stopped his warriors outside and entered alone to meet the master of the monks. Inside the temple, a legendary sword stood firmly planted in the ground. The monk master explained that whoever touched the sword first would become the owner of all the sacred weapons. But as time passed, the warriors' patience began to run out. They finally drew their swords. Instantly, the meditating monks began to tremble before rising with unbelievable speed. In a flash, one warrior fell, followed by a second and then a third. Only then did they remember their leader's warning. Unfortunately, it was already too late. One monk even threw the youngest warrior into the air effortlessly. Inside the room, the warrior leader finally made his move. In the blink of an eye, the legendary sword was already in his hand, while the other end of the blade was pressed against the monk's neck. But the monk simply smiled and said, "At last, this weapon has found its true owner." Suddenly, all the monks outside disappeared. That was when they realized everything that had just happened was nothing more than a test.